Hello, ladies and gentlemen, subscribers and frequent viewers of my channel. It's that time of the year again. A time of giving, a time of receiving, a time of goodwill towards men, and, it's Christmas time. So, in celebration of the holidays, I'm going to be giving you, the subscribers and viewers, Review Request Week. Today, we start out with a request that I received not too long ago. And, well, this review was a long time coming. Mastodon's Remission. So before I dive into this album, gotta get in the festive spirit here. Oh, there we go. It fits fairly well. So Mastodon's Remission. The only album by Mastodon I have yet to review. I guess the reason why I never bothered to review Remission was because, well, I just felt like I didn't really need to. But you guys asked for it, so you get it. So Remission opens up with this awesome track, Crusher Destroyer, samples Jurassic Park, the T-Rex scream. And I gotta say, when I first heard this, the ripping in this opening track is so chaotic, so awesome, that I was hooked. Granted, Remission was not the first album by Mastodon I had ever heard. In fact, it was one of the last. Because I kind of went backwards through the discography. I started with Blood Mountain, listened to Crack the Sky, then Leviathan, then Remission. And then we moved our way back into the Life's Blood, Call of the Mastodon, and then to the Hunter. But Crusher Destroyer is a great opener to the album. Very strong, chaotic, great vocals by Troy here. I mean, hands down some of the best vocal performances I think he's ever given. And then you also have tracks like March of the Fire Ants and Where Strides the Behemoth, which the intro to Where Strides the Behemoth starts out with this kind of, it's almost like the pressure is building up. And then when it finally explodes, you get this brutal drop tune chugging that just, it actually sounds like there is a behemoth and he's walking. And you don't walk in his way, because if you do, you're going to die. And then you also have one of my favorite tracks off of the album, Old Nessie. Opens up with this beautiful, beautiful section of clean music and instrumentation. I mean, it just showcases the ability that Mastodon, the great amount of ability and skill that Mastodon possess in terms of writing a song. It's definitely the intro to it, at least the first couple of minutes, is definitely a departure from what you had previously heard on the album. Instead of taking an all-out, in-your-face brutal approach, they decide to slow down a little bit, have some melody, and showcase their songwriting ability, as I had mentioned before. And then you get my absolute favorite track of this album, Burning Man. I don't know, there's just something about one of the riffs in this song that just does it for me. I don't know what it is, but to me this song is the best off of this album and just sounds fantastic. And then you also have some other tracks like Trampled Underhoof, Trilobite, Mother Puncher, which I gotta say, interesting title. Very interesting title. Nonetheless, great. You know, this whole album is fantastic. I mean, in terms of the content that's inside this album, it's great. Sound production is it's very much similar to what we kind of heard on Life's Blood or Call of the Mastodon. Mostly Life's Blood, because at the time that Remission came out, Call of the Mastodon didn't exist. At least I don't think it did. But this was the beginning of Mastodon of their career. At this point, they were still relatively unknown to big name magazines such as Revolver, Decibel, Kerrang! They were still under the radar at this point when Remission was released, and they really wouldn't get recognition until Leviathan was released. And then they became a big name in metal and one of the biggest names in the modern age of metal. Remission is an album that I am proud to have in my arsenal. Whenever I'm pissed off, whenever I needed to get some work done. Hell, I listened to this album while I was taking finals. So, I mean, this is just a really aggressive album. This isn't the kind of album that I recommend you listen to while you're driving, mainly because people will die. Not you, but other people will, because they don't matter once this album starts playing, because all you're going to see is red. Red from your rage, and red from their blood, as it splashes into your eyes and gives you hepatitis. If I had to give Remission grade, I would give it a 9.5 out of 10. And the reason why I don't give it that extra half is because there are some tracks on here that really don't interest me. Mostly Trainwreck, Workhorse, and Trampled Under Hoof. Those are really 3 tracks that they just don't really, they don't get to me. Otherwise, this album is fantastic. If you're a metal fan, sludge metal fan, this is a great album for you to buy. Everybody should have this in their arsenal. So 9.5 out of 10 from me, Danny here from Metal Couch, signing off.